Hello, everybody, and welcome. Nice to see everybody. We got quite the crowd in here. Let's go up to the top and see who's here. Well, of course, number one on the list is Russ from Quilt Meets World, and he's got, here's an unrealistic expectation, expecting me not to say macadamia, galoshes, mucklocks. Let's go up. And Julie is here. Hi, Julie. She says they had a good afternoon sewing with Russ. Yes, today Russ did the premiere of the new sew-along project he's working on with the, I believe it's Kona, isn't it? That you're doing, the Kona block of the month. I looked for that, but apparently it's not available for us in Canada. Inez is here. Hello, Inez. And Nina is here. Nina. I don't know. I see Nina.
How do you get Nina?
I don't know. It's
There's no E on it. Nina.
Then you do it.
Nina.
Nina. Fine. Nina. Pace is here. And Barb is here. And Donna is here. Sandra is here from Crowley, Texas. Charlotte's here. Hi, Charlotte. Kev Mirth is here from Kansas. I know you go by another name, but I can't remember what it is. Says, where we still have snow, Kay, the ground but will be in spring this week. Okay. Hard to get your fingers around those keyboards sometimes as well. Spring in a week? What? You get spring in Texas early? We don't. We've got months before spring hits here, that's for sure. Charlotte's asking Stephanie, hello, Stephanie, are you on the ship? And I think I saw Stephanie said they're about to do the sail away in 30 minutes. Well, that'll be fun. Gloria's here. Hi, Gloria. Heather is here. Mona's here. She says from somewhere along the Pacific Highway, heading to Dana Point to watch whales. Spent way too much money at the road to California. Oh, yes, right. Mona was at the road to California this past week, and I'm sure you did spend a lot of money. Suzanne is here. And Melissa is here. Hi, Melissa. And I said hello to Charlotte, I believe, but I'll say it again. Arta Burns is here. Good afternoon from rainy San Diego, California. It's about time we got some. Even a little is a blessing. I'm sorting blue fabrics to make a hexy quilt. This will take my mind off the next 4 years. I just blew it up on me. Where is it? Okay. Wow, it just went up to the top. Oh, Karen's here. Dan is here. And Grant is here. And Karen Lyles is here from Vancouver, Washington.
Lydia.
She'd love to become the 11th province. Em is here. Lydia is here. And Pamela is here. And Cheryl is here. And Sue Norfleet is here. Candace is here. Barb said she also looked for the Kona block of the month and could not find it either. Oh, it's Mary. Okay. See, I can't spell. Oh. Welcome to the club. Dubrovka is here, and Colleen is here, and Alice is here from Florida, and Sherry Cook is here. So yeah, we got lots of people coming in. Faith is here now as well. So welcome, everybody. So what have we been up to this week? Well, lots of things. I guess the first thing is I'm going to give you a little sneaky peek at what I'm working on. One of these has to do with So Chatty, and the other one has to do with a new pattern that I am developing. So I'm not going to speak much about these because we will be talking about on So Chatty, the Kindred creatures. That's kind of what it looks like when it's put together. I
still haven't put mine together.
Walter hasn't got his put together yet, but we're going to talk about how you put that together. There's some tips and tricks. One that we learned from a subscriber that I'm going to go over to on Friday's So Chatty, which has never thought of it before, but would make life a little bit easier when you're putting it together. And of course, the other one is the pattern I am developing, which will be eventually, when it's done and everything's ready to go, it will become available for all of you if you're interested in it for free. But it's not finished yet. There's still much more to go on this. So I'm just giving you a sneaky peek at that at the moment. And Walter's been working on a shirt, but it's in the same condition as it was last week. What do you got left?
All I've got, yeah, I haven't done anything. All I have to do is do the buttonholes and buttons, which, I mean, once I get going at it, it's not a problem. It's just getting going.
Well, you got to get going.
Yeah,
it's simple as that. And let's just go over here so we can see the comments section. So anybody else? No, I guess we're caught up. Oh, nope. Mary was going to say something, but she retracted it. Oh, nasty. Oh, twice she's retracted it. Ooh, now I'm curious. But okay, so that's what we have been up to as far as creations are concerned, but we have other things as well. But before we get to that, announcements. Sewing with Stephanie and Stephen is on this week. There may have been some confusion about that because with Stephanie being on the cruise, and I thought that I was giving a guild presentation on Wednesday as well. So we originally, I think we said that we were just going to cancel that week, but it turns out that my guild presentation has been rescheduled for the end of February. So I will be here. Stephanie, of course, will not. Maybe she'll pop in on the cruise or something during the day. So it'll just be here, me hosting it on Wednesday. All are welcome. And yeah, the link's in the show notes as it usually is. So we'll just be without Stephanie this week. But don't cry, she'll be back next week, the week after. Sandra says, I like your gnome hanging on the door to your cabinet. Where did you get the pattern? That pattern is a Designs by Juju. No. Yes. Designs by Juju. And it is a wall hanger, and it's done in the hoop. It's a machine embroidered pattern. So you have to have a embroidery machine to do it. So if you've got one, yeah. And it was on sale for about 50% off. I'm not sure if it still is. I think it was, I paid about $10 American for it, which means I spent like $3,000 Canadian for it. My hobby home is here. Oh, it's Kathy. Hi, Kathy. And yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. They wanted you to use vinyl on it, glittery vinyl. I didn't have any and I didn't use that, but I made it into a video. So, So Chatty, this coming week, we're going to show you how to finish the Kindred creatures. And then we're going to move into bag making, but we haven't got that really planned all out yet. When I say we, I mean me with it. I just tell Walter what he's going to do, and then he tells me what he might do, which usually is not what I had planned. So we're giving ourselves a little bit of time to get that together. But in the meantime, I've created a whole video about how to do that wall hanging. So if you're interested, that'll go up not next Friday, probably the Friday after. That'll be then. Okay, so now, speaking of events, next Pop-Up Sew Day is probably going to be Saturday, February the 8th. So that's 1 week from this coming Saturday. Because Walters has his own sew day, and he'll be trotting off like that, and I'll be all by my lonesome. So, you know, when I'm by my lonesome, I want to have a pop-up sew day. So, yes, likely case scenario, unless something drastically changes in my life, it will be on Saturday, February the 8th, but there will be a few days before, and all the videos that come out that week prior to February the 8th, the link for it will be in there and all that kind of thing. And again, free event, all are welcome. Come and go as you please. For anybody who's never been to one of our pop-up sew days. Anybody else that has, you know how it works. Okay, a few more people have come in. Jeannie's here. Hi, Jeannie. I guess that's all. I said hello to Kathy, and I said hello to Donna. So What else? Okay, I've already talked about what our plans are for So Chatty. I hope you like what we're doing and what we have planned, but we need suggestions. If there's something you would like us to do on or see us do on So Chatty that we can develop into sort of a short series, we're all ears. Just send it, put it in the comment section of any of my videos, of our videos, or send it to me directly as an email, and we'll be happy to consider it and see what we can do with your idea. Dubrovka wants to know, what size of needle do you guys use for embroidery? Well, I use a 14.
You will use a 90/14, and
Yeah.
I use an 80/12.
Oh, okay. Either one work. It doesn't matter. It's your thread size that makes the difference. So, of course, we're both using the same weight of thread.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I've just always used that. I bought the package that says embroidery needles from
Yeah, well, you
Schmitz.
can buy them in different sizes.
Well, I go you can, but
yeah, well, I bought a whole bunch from Montville, and they're 80/12. So.
Oh, okay, fine. Either one is what we use.
Either one works. So
as long as it's not shredding your thread. If it's shredding your thread, then you know you've got probably a too large a needle, so you'll have to drop down to the next size.
Well, I did have a problem one time when I was stitching out something where it was beginning to shred my thread, but then I realized I had that needle in for quite a while, so I switched to a new needle, and it was fine.
That's another problem. Yeah, if you can't use a needle forever. Nope, they cause you grief. Denise is here, and Karen Burnett is here, and Judy is here. So hello to you three, and welcome. Yeah, so up to you, really, Dubrovka. The other thing too is I buy the needles that actually say on the package embroidery. So when you go into your local quilt store or wherever you get your needles in that, it's probably a good idea. They are sharps, okay?
Yeah.
What they commonly referred to as sharps. And the reason I mention that is I have heard of people trying to embroider with ballpoints. No, you're just punching holes in the fabric at that point, and you'll have a lot of problems. No, you have to use sharps, and if it says embroidery on it, then you know you're okay.
Yeah, they have the Schmitz have special embroidery needles, and they're usually the best to use.
Yeah, well, the ones I have, they're probably made by Schmitz or whatever, are called they're Floriani.
Yeah, some Janome dealers will try and get you to use the Janome needles, which are purple.
Yeah,
I think purple tip.
Don't.
And I've had problems using those. They seem to wear out really quick.
Yeah, they're crappy. They're crappy needles. I don't use Janome needles on any of my machines for anything at all. Now, I know there are people, though, who do use them and are very happy with them. So, you know.
I mean, it's up to you.
It's up to you, but I was never happy with them for the reason, like Quilter says, they wear out very, very fast, we have found. Especially when you're doing something like embroidery, because, I mean, you got to remember, your machine is doing like upwards of 50,000 stitches.
A couple of the bag patterns, a couple of embroidery patterns that I like on my bags are have a high thread, high count, what do you call it? High stitch count in them.
Yeah,
and like the ones that I often do are 50 to 70,000 stitches, and one of those needles will wear halfway through.
Yeah.
Whereas if I use the needles that I use, or the Schmitz needles, they'll do the whole pattern and without any problem, and then some.
Yeah. So, but you know, if you've got something that you're using, you've had great success with it. You know, if it's not broke, why fix it? Kind of a deal. Everybody has their preferences, okay? And we're not going to tell you that one thing is better than another. We only tell you what we prefer based on our experiences. Your experiences might be different. So, you know, you go with that. Kim's here. Hi, Kim. Hello from Nova Scotia. Had a fun embroidery with Ron and Joan. Oh, okay.
Oh, is that a sewing menage a trois?
Yes. Ooh. Ooh. Well, That's kinky. Faith says Joanne Fabrics is closing in the States, so I went in this week and stocked up on needles, rotary blades, and storage containers at 70% off. Hurry in, she says. So yeah.
Are they actually closing?
Well, this is the second time they've been saying they're going into. Well, the first time they went into sort of receivership or something.
Yeah, or what do you call it? They call it, what's it, receivership?
Or whatever.
Bankruptcy protection.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, whatever. And then didn't hear any more about that. Seemed to be back to normal. And now they are, I think, definitely closing from what I've read or heard anyways. So, yeah. Well, we don't have Joann's here in Canada, so we don't care. Yeah.
Not an option for us.
So anyways, so speaking of that, someone already brought up about them hoping for spring next week. Yeah, I thought I'd show you what we're looking at. I mean, okay, I'm sorry, but we do have to laugh at the Americans that are getting snow that aren't used to the snow down in the south. Now, we get it. We know it's not something you are used to, so you don't know how to handle it, and your government doesn't seem to know how to handle it either. You don't have an infrastructure for, plowing roads and salting and all that kind of stuff.
Which people aren't driving around snow tires like I am, so.
No, like for us, we're used to it, but I'll show you what we got. And this is not a lot of snow. This was taken from our Ring camera in our backyard. So you can see there's snow, but that isn't considered a lot of snow. No. Go out west. That's a lot of snow they have.
I can still open the gate in the backyard, so that means that we don't have a lot of snow.
Yeah. And then here's what the front yard looked like yesterday, actually. Again, this is not a lot of snow. I mean, this is nothing. In comparison, but I know
it has been cold.
It has been cold, but today's been warm.
Yeah, today's good.
It's a balmy -2.
Yeah.
We were down to about -16 or 18 with the wind chill factor. I think it was down to around -28 or something like that. That was cold. That was very frosty. Oh, I guess when I froze this picture from it, the door was open. You must have just come in or come out or something. The door hadn't quite shut when I took it, because that's from the Ring camera, the
outside door.
Yeah, the outside door. But anyways, yeah, so that's what it looks like. That's not considered a lot of snow. We have had snow, not for several years though, that where you basically didn't know where to put it because the snowbanks were so bloody high.
Yeah, or the snowbanks get so high that you can't see around the corner. Yeah. And so far this year we haven't had that, so.
No, so yeah, so I mean we feel sorry sort of, but we giggle when we hear the people down in the Kentucky area and Texas and all that.
I mean, when we get snow covered roads here, we don't stop driving. We still keep going.
No, but that's what you're used to. So, or what you're not used to. So yeah, I can see how that can be a bit of a pain in the butt. Let's go back here for a sec. Let's moving this up here. Let's see. Oh, they're talking about Joann's here. Oh, Kim says there were more people there on the Stitched weekend. I guess not just Ron and Joan and Kim. Karen says bankruptcy for the second time in a year.
So a whole sewing orgy.
Yeah, a whole sewing orgy, whatever. Russ says only some Joann locations are closing currently. Oh, okay. So the whole thing isn't going out. Mary says our Joann isn't at least right now. Hers isn't closing yet. Barb says, we have not had any snow for weeks in Western Canada. She's in Calgary. Current temp is +7. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Jeez.
Warm.
That's warm. Like, that's not usually what it's like in Calgary. So this time of the year. Denise says she lives in the Rockies, 5,000 feet in BC. We don't have much snow here either. Well, who's got all the snow? Because we don't have a lot of snow. I guess we shipped it all down to the United States. Should put a tariff on that. Jen is here. Hi, Jen. Inez says, that makes me nervous, Barb. When you got no snow, we better brace. Oh, for out on the rock out in Newfoundland. Yeah. And Patsy says, one flake of snow in Mississippi closes down schools and roads. Yep, so we gather with it. But again, you don't have the infrastructure. They're not used to it. So, you know, it means you're not used to driving in it or anything like that. So, yeah, I can see it. Cheryl says, Cheryl Marsh is here from Kansas City, Missouri. Or hello, Cheryl from Kansas City, Missouri. Okay. I'm not sure which that way was going. Susan's here from Saskatchewan, and she says Saskatchewan has all the snow. That's where it went this year. In Canada, we like to rotate it. We don't want one province to think it's more special than another. So we pick, you know, each year we just say, you'll get the snow this year, you get the snow next year. Yeah, no, we don't. Gloria says, I get a kick out of the Southerners in the snow. They're so excited and fascinated with it. She lives in Western New York, so you know snow, Gloria.
Yeah, like we've had Australians say, oh, when you see snow outside, go make a snowman. Well, only certain types of snow work for snowman. Like
yeah, it has to be what we call packy snow. Now, that isn't...
Snow. Packing snow.
That's what I said. Packing snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, packing snow.
I thought you said packy snow.
I said packing. Packing snow. I'm not making snow racist here. Yeah, it has to have a certain amount of moisture in it so you can ball it up. Otherwise, if it's white fluffy stuff, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, if it's really, really cold out, it's just white fluffy stuff and you can't do anything with that.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to have some moisture in it to make snow people and snowballs. Unless you put a rock in them and then... But enough about what we did as kids. Yeah. So yeah, the weather's the weather. What can we do about it? But you know, in a few months' time, here for us anyways, it will be summer. Well, not for quite a few months, but
it'll be bug weather.
Bug weather, yeah. Then we have to put up with that. So other things new. My new toy came. I got my new printer. In fact, it's sitting behind me working right now. But I'll show you what it looks like. There it is. It is the Bamboo X1 Carbon. And when I took this picture, it wasn't running. Well, it's a still picture. But yeah, I'm loving this machine. It does so many things my other machines do not do. Like it has, if you notice on top of it, it's got something called an AMS, which stands for Automatic Material Supply. It will hold 4 rolls of colored filament and it will automatically switch colors for prints, so you can get prints with different colors. Now I haven't really done anything yet with the colors, with switching them back and forth, but I've been doing some simple projects. Right now I'm making what's called a poop catcher. And you're gonna say poop catcher. Yeah, it's what this machine does is when it switches colors automatically, it retracts the filament and then it cuts it, and there's a little piece it cuts off at when it's been retracted, and that little piece gets dropped into a little kind of an internal basket and it comes out the back of the printer, and so everybody calls it printer poop. And so your machine is pooping. And depending on how many different color changes you go through in a print, you can get quite a pile of these. One thing they didn't do is supply you with a little basket to catch the poop in. And the problem is, if your machine is sitting right up against a wall at the back, well, you're going to have poop everywhere. Mine's not. I do have a little basket in the back of it. Actually, I can show you what printer poop looks like. I'll just grab the basket. So this is printer poop. This is what it looks like. These little squiggly things that it cuts off at the end before it puts in the next color. And like I said, if you have a lot of color changes, this piles up very quickly. But I am printing right now on the machine a poop chute.
This looks like pubic hair.
Had to go there, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Really? So when was the last time you saw someone with green or blue pubic hair?
In Wicked.
Oh, I don't remember a pubic hair scene, but you have a vivid imagination. Anyways, I am printing what's called a poop chute. And what it is this little trough that is designed to fit around the curve of the machine. Like here you see, it'll go to the back of the machine and it'll sit down here on the side, and the poop will come down the little poop slide and all pile up at the bottom, and then you can easily take it and dump it. So the theory goes. We'll see how well this works. This thing's been printing most of the day.
So what are you making?
A poop chute.
Oh, is that what you're making in there now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hello. Were you here earlier? What? Jeez. Whatever. So yeah, but this machine is it's a little bigger than my other machines. As you can see, there's one of my other machines sitting beside it, and it's enclosed as well. It's pretty quiet until you open the doors, and then it is kind of loud. But it also runs wirelessly. Now these other ones would run wirelessly as well. So the idea is you can send your print from your computer to this machine or to any of these machines. Problem with the Creality machines is their connection is very unreliable because you have to go through their website to use it, and their website is horrible. Bamboo Labs, on the other hand, is actually very good. You download the program, the Slicer program they call it. The Slicer program is a piece of software that takes the basic models, that's what you call your prints, and it rewrites them into a computer program that the printer can read, so it knows how to make the item, how to print it out. But you can send it right from your computer wirelessly to the printer, and away it goes. You can also control the temperatures, and what's really cool is, and you'll see this probably on one of my vlogs soon, it has a camera built inside of it, and so you can actually see what's printing from wherever you are, on your computer or on your phone, as it's an app. And so you could be out of the house somewhere, and as long as you've got an internet connection, you can tap into this and see what your printer is doing. It's got a lot of other features.
It also has a time-lapse feature.
Yeah. So you can do it. It saves what you're doing as a time lapse. And so, you know, if you've seen any of the 3D printer things on YouTube where they're really fast and it looks like the print is just growing up off the plate, well, that's what this will do too. I'm really excited about that feature. The first print I did on it was a Benchy, which is a little boat. It's a test print that you do on most 3D printers. And the machine has a lot of vibration found, but where it's sitting. But Walter had a pad of like spongy net stuff, and I doubled it over and put it underneath, and that seems to solve the problem. Although I can get special feet for this machine that are called anti-vibration. Because it works differently from my other printers. My other printers are what they call bed slingers, which means that plate, if you look to the left of the printer, of the new printer, you see what they call the build plate. That moves back and forth, and your head moves back and forth as well. But it goes in and out, in and out, in and out. That's called a bed slinger. This one, the only thing the bed does, and you can see it in the picture, it's up near the top, it only raises and lowers. Everything else is on rails inside of it to allow the head to move in whatever direction you want. And that means that it can be faster as well, and this is much faster. I'm running it right now at its standard speed, but I was playing with the settings earlier, and they have two speed settings higher and faster than standard. One's called Sport, and the fastest speed is called Ludicrous. And yes, it is very ludicrous. In fact, to the point where I dropped it back down to standard because it wasn't doing really a good job of printing going at that speed for the thing that I'm printing right now. So there's lots of buzzers and bells on this, and well, there should be. It's not a cheap machine. Yeah, well, with tax, shipping, the whole bit, this was almost $2,000, which is about 4 times, actually 5 times more than the cost of the other machines that I have. But it's worth every cent. And so far, I'm loving it. Now, I've still got more experiments to do, and I'm trying to learn the slicer program. It does all kinds of marvelous things. I mean, you can actually, they call it painting. If you've got a model in the slicer that is only one color, you can actually go in and tell it, like, let's say you had one of a duck, and you say you want the duck to be white, but you want its beak and its feet to be orange, and you want it to do something else, you know, make blue eyes on it or whatever. You can go in and you can use your mouse and you touch on those different spots and you tell it what color you want, and it will put that color in. And then when it goes to the machine will switch out, because it's got the AMS, into the other colors and do it in color. Like, put your colors all in, which is not something you can very readily do with the Creality machines that I have now. So be prepared. In the coming weeks, there's going to be some very elaborate prints. At least that's my plan for that. So I'm really happy that I have this machine. Walter hasn't really looked at it much. He hasn't touched my machines anyways. Not allowed to. So let's see. Lydia says, ooh, looks fancy. It is fancy. Yeah, it is a nice looking model, the way they've designed it, you know. It almost looks like a microwave. Thanks, Gloria. Karen's laughing at poop shoot. Yep, that's what we call it. Poop shoot. It's printer poop. Yep. We also have printer snot. That's when you get a glob of solidified plastic from your filament stuck to your nozzle. You have to pick it off. It's called printer snot. Yeah, they got all kinds of technical terms.
I thought they were boogers.
Or boogers, that thing. That works too. Full-time Life is here from Ohio. Russ says he's holding poop in his bare hands. Wouldn't be the first time. Well, this is when's the next Bamboo X1 coming? Well, Melissa, not tomorrow, not next week, but I've already got ideas in my head if this works out okay, which means ideally it would be nice to replace my 4 other printers, maybe with a couple of more Bamboos. Don't you give me that look. Everybody needs a hobby. It keeps me off the streets. What more do you want? And what do you want to replace things with? That? Well, first of all, you'd have to find room to put them in. You buy
replace
kitchen. You buy. Oh. You're so funny. You're so funny. I'm poisoning your dinner tonight. You just buy fancy pots and pans and knives and things. Like, there's nothing wrong with our old pots and pans and our knives. They work fine. They cut, they boiled, whatever. The
better to stab you with.
Yeah, right. Mary says, is that just trash then? It can't be reused somehow? Yep. Unfortunately, it cannot be reused. However, people are working on machines for recycling garbage filaments to make new filament. Unfortunately, most of the designs that have come out, there are some that are available at a fairly steep price, but they're hit and miss. They don't really do a good job yet. It's coming.
Yeah,
it is coming.
And the other problem is once you start mixing all the colors together.
Well, you get, would know what happens.
Brown filament, right?
Yeah, so you
then
got
it
real
really
poop.
Looks like poop, right?
You got real. Oh, look, shitty film. I guess so. If we've got printer poop and printer boogers, then if they start recycling it, we'll have just printer shit. Where's that shitty filament? Over there. But they're working on it. They're working on it. So yeah. Dubrovka says, I think Walter would rather sew than make poop. I'm not sure about that. Darvana Lee Design Studio with Nicole Reed. there's a mouthful, is here from Australia. Welcome, Nicole. So nice to see you here. I think this might be your first time. I don't remember if you've ever been here before or not. I don't think so. But anyways, welcome. Okay, so yeah, the new printer that we've got. Now, speaking of the new printer, okay, so you know I had this plan, right? I always have plans to donate a bunch of prints to the local elementary school. So what I did last week is I sent out to them via email some pictures of some of my prints that I thought, you know, they might be able to use in the elementary school. Of course, I figured kids would really love these kind of things, or if a teacher wanted to, you know, decorate her classroom, maybe she's doing a unit on reptiles or something, even though these aren't real reptiles, but, you know, or things like that. I thought that might be handy. I also showed them a picture of the dragons and the Pegasus because they probably do a unit on fantasy or something like that, or they have a book or something they're reading that involves, you know, dragon-like things or whatever. And I sent them a picture of these. These are so cute. They look like they're knitted, but they're not. They're ones that I just finished printing out the other day. But again, I thought, you know, prizes for kids for something. And of course, I had to show them the gnomes, right? And I have a wide variety of gnome styles and types. And then I thought, teachers might get a kick out of a garbage can, you know, on their desk or something like that. So I said, oh, and then I showed them the rope bowls. I was kind of on a run here with gnomes and rope bowls and things like that. Yeah, so anyways, I sent out an email. And I didn't. You got to go somewhere?
No.
Wow. Fine. Are we keeping you?
No, they're having a conversation on my sewing group. So.
Oh, well, sorry. I don't want to keep you from it. We'll wait if you'd like to answer them. Really. I mean, what the hell? No, sorry. You have something more important to do than this. I hate to be taxing you. Anyways, I sent an email and along with those pictures. And I said, I make these things all the time because I like making them, but I have no place for them. And I was thinking, you know, maybe you guys would have a use for them. And if you do, I can come over with a box of these things so you can get a better look at them. In the meantime, I have these pictures. Let me know. Or we can talk about other possibilities as well. I mean, it's not limited to what I've just shown you in these pictures. And I said, I am gladly donate any of them. No charge to you. Absolutely free because I like making them. It's one of my hobbies. And I also mentioned to them that so they know who I was. I said what my name was. I said, I have donated to your school before. I brought you over all kinds of scrapbook paper pads a few years ago. And last year I dropped over a whole bunch of painting supplies and stuff like that for you as well. And you seem to think that the teachers were going to use those, and I hope they did. So, you know, you can let me know. Heard nothing for 3 days. So I thought, okay, did they get my email or not? You know, it goes through the Durham board, the school board's website kind of a thing, or their system. And their system is high security. So I thought, oh, maybe it doesn't like my email address or something. And I've had that problem with my email address before in other sites, not often, but sometimes. And even though it's a common one here, so I went to my secondary one, which is my Gmail address, because usually I never have any problems with the Gmail address. So I sent the message again and said, you know, I hadn't heard anything. Don't know if you got my email. Here's what it was, blah, blah. Well, within about an hour, I did get a message back from one of the secretaries at the school. And she said, yeah, they passed it on to the vice principal, but the vice principal was brand new at the school. So just give the vice principal a few days, because I don't know if they just started, maybe. And yeah, if they're just starting out as a vice principal, they're probably and it's just happened in the last few weeks. Yeah, they're probably a little overwhelmed. I said, okay, no problem. I understand. Whatever. So we'll see. If I don't hear anything by the middle of next week, I'll send it again and say, look, just give me an answer. Do you want it or not? So, you know, what is this with donating stuff? People are always crying, as we've talked before. They want you to donate. They want you to do this. They want you to do that and all this kind of stuff. Then when you do, they don't want you. So I don't know. We'll see. But I do have another idea, which involves you. I've looked into it, and I think I can afford it. On the first Stephen and Walter live of each month, so the first one will be next week, February the 2nd, we're going to have a draw on here, on the live, for a mystery box of some of my 3D prints. There'll be some that are sewing related. There'll be some that are just fun. And they'll come in a box about this big, about an 8-inch by 8-inch by 8-inch. I've already checked out how much it will cost to ship that. Unfortunately, I'll only be able to make it available for people in the United States and in Canada, because anywhere else in the world, the shipping's already pretty high between our two countries. Anywhere else in the world, it's like we'd have to take out a second mortgage. For that's what we're going to do. So if you're interested, be here next week for the draw. And there is one stipulation. When I draw a person, I'll have the Nightbot do the drawing. So it'll be completely anonymous. It'll be completely random. And it'll be based on everybody that's in the chat at that given time. You will be told that you have to put in, if you want to be in the draw, there will be a special word that you will put into the comment section at the time that we do it. And then Nightbot will pick the winner. And then the winner will have to be here when it's drawn as well on there. Or if they don't acknowledge that they are there, then we'll draw it again. So that's how that's going to work. And as I said, my idea right now, if this all works out pretty good, that I'll do one draw at the first live every month. So there you go. Let's see, what are people saying here? Nicole says she's been subscribed to your channel for about 8 months, maybe a bit longer. Okay, well, welcome to, so I'm assuming this is your first live. Barb says, could you donate to an after-school program? No. No. Because they don't want them, basically. These places, I mean, I had the same trouble donating quilts, as you know. They just don't, they say they want them, but they don't want them. I don't know what they want. I have no idea. They want money. That's what all of these places want. They will turn down cash. That's for sure. Of course, mind you, they don't want $5. They want more like $5,000, or they don't look at you sideways. And that goes with any charity, at least the ones in our areas. So I don't know. We'll see. Cheryl says organizations mostly want only donations of cash. Exactly. Yep. Oh, Suzanne's here. Hi, Suzanne. Patsy says drawing sounds like fun. That's so generous of you. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. But you'll never know what's going to be in the box. It will be a mystery. And so you won't know until you get it if you're the winner. Okay, so that's something. So
and no, you won't be sending poop.
No, I won't be. Might make a good, though, you know, protective. Ooh, that might be fun. Actually, a box of poop. Use it as like those peanuts or whatever, the styrofoam peanuts kind of thing. I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, I know, Barb, but you know, you guys have seen them on here. There's a lot of people out there don't even know what 3D printing is. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. I mean, I've had people ask me, what is this 3D printing thing? I mean, I figured everybody knew what that was. Sue says, I donate quilts to a local animal rescue and they auction them off. Yeah, well, I've got a quilt right now that I donated to the senior citizens group out here, and they auction off. It's the second one that I've donated. If you really want to get that,
yeah, no, go away. I just was checking to see what somebody that'll read it later. That's why I have send me notifications.
I should be enough
Yeah,
for you.
right. Your phone goes off all the time when you're laying on the couch.
Yeah, it goes off all the time. It's from all those people who are scammers. Yeah. Um, Barb says poop with every box. Printer poop is packing material. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Charlotte, maybe. Um, Patsy says poop would make a great filler, then we would have to discard them for you. Yeah, I know. I was thinking of that too. But no, I'm not going to stick poop in my boxes. No, we're not going to do that much. Okay, we bought something else new this week that we're excited about, and it comes next Saturday. This has been an expensive month between this printer, that, and then we've got Walter's birthday. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But we bought a new bed. Oh, before we get there, I got to show you this. Oh no, I'm not going to show you this yet. Oh, where's my, oh, I haven't got the link up here. Talk amongst yourselves while I try to get myself organized. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Okay, so we needed a new bed. Well, new mattress anyways, because, well, I didn't realize it, but how old is our mattress?
Almost 30 years old. No,
No.
20.
20, yeah. And they say the average lifespan of a mattress is 7 to 10 years. And I've been having little problems with my hip and my legs, and I think it's the bed more than anything else. So we decided, Walter did the research, as Walter does, and we went to Sleep Country, Canada, because it's close to us, and it's probably got the best selection. And Russ, no, this guy does not come with the bed, okay?
I think he's a little old for us.
Oh yeah, he'd be too old for Russ. But anyways, so the bed we bought is basically the one that they're showing you there. Now, when I say bed, we didn't get the headboard or anything. We got the mattress and the platform. And this is the thing that's most exciting. First of all, the guy was really good in Sleep Country. When we walked in the door, he took us through, asked us what, if we had any physical problems with our existing bed and this kind of stuff. And we told him what I just told you and everything. So he started us on, well, actually, the top of the line one, of course. And yes, it was very, very comfortable.
Actually, technically, it's not the top of the line.
Okay, I stand corrected.
Top of the line one would have been twice the price. So
fine, it was an expensive one. It wasn't $299. Okay. So yeah, we laid on that, and he asked us other questions about, do we sleep on our side? Do we sleep on our back? We're both side sleepers and this kind of stuff. And so we checked that one out, and then he took us to other ones, and he took us to the different types, like ones with coils and ones with these pillow top, big thick pillow tops, and hybrids that have, memory foam and springs and
beds in the boxes
and stuff like that. And we kept coming back to the first one. That one, there was another one that was close.
Yeah.
But
one was firmer than the other.
Yeah. So this is the one we decided on. But we also talked about, we needed a platform for it as well. Now, they have motorized platforms, the kind of beds that rise up and rise down and go down. And I've always kind of wanted one of those beds because, well, way back we had, let me switch this over. We had a salesperson way back many years ago who came to our house, and we were looking at one of those types of beds, right? He wouldn't sell us one because it was two of us. He was a bigot. He was prejudiced against us. And we said, well, then bye-bye to you. And at the time, the bed was extremely expensive. It was way overpriced. Anyway, so we never bothered. And I said to Walter was looking at the prices, and it's a little bit pricey to get the remote control comes up on the front and on your feet and the whole bit like this. And I said, well, do I really need one of those? I mean, I read in bed every night, and I usually prop my pillows up for that. which isn't the best thing for your neck. But, you know, I've been doing it for years. So I thought, for the price, because it's several $1,000s more for it. I think, well, how much was it more?
1,500.
Okay, fine. It's 1,500. It's one and
The
a half.
cost of one of your printers. Well, actually, we could have gotten a cheaper one, but we didn't.
Well, we did. Anyways, we're on this one, and I really liked it. And not only that, it had a button on the remote that said massage. You know, like one of those hotel rooms where you put the quarters in the thing, magic fingers. I went, ooh, you had me at massage on this one. So that's what we ended up with. Yeah. Actually, it wasn't a bad price. For all of that, it was with tax and everything, delivery set up, blah, 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 take away our old mattresses and stuff. About $4,700, $4,800. Would you like to correct me?
Yeah, I thought it was 4,600.
Sorry. It was about 4,600 and change. Okay. I have the bill sitting right over there
Well,
if you
that
want to
includes
verify it.
tax and everything. So.
Uh-huh.
Because you remember in Canada, we have to pay 13% tax.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, we did get a bit. They were having, because the home show is starting soon, they gave us the home show special, which actually, you saw that one online. I forget what it said, how much that was on that. We got it for less than that price.
Yeah, well, that one said it has $2,400 that we got for $1,500.
What are we talking about?
Well, you didn't show the bed. You just showed the.
I showed the mattress.
No, you didn't. You
I
showed that was the
platform.
The platform.
Whatever. I couldn't find a picture of the mattress on there. Like, Jesus, bite me hard. Really, you're just beside yourself with obnoxiousness today, aren't you?
Yeah, well.
Really. Anything else you'd like to say about the bed? Anyways, we get it next Saturday. They come, they deliver it, they set it up for us and everything. So that'll be I'm looking forward to this. And hopefully
Hopefully we'll be able to sleep in it.
Yeah, well, you do have 100 days, they say, trial period on it, except on the platform. Platform, final sale. That one you can't send back, but the mattress you can. So, but I don't think we're going to have any problem with it. So, anyways, we're looking forward to that. Patsy says drawing sounds like fun. Let's so generous. Okay, Heather says your 3D creations are very useful for all crafters. Not true. Poop in every box, poop in a package, poop would make a great filter. Everybody's on to poop. You're a poop. Oh, yeah, Barb. No, that's what we said. He doesn't come with the bed, unfortunately. They say they don't need your business and not go back. I'd say they don't need your business and not go back. Oh, the ones that tried to sell us. Yeah. Well, we didn't. And Barb says it takes a while to adjust to sleeping on new mattress. Oh yeah. Well, we've had new mattresses before. I mean, I think I've told the story about why we bought the last mattress we bought. It's because we used to have a water bed. Then we got Kitty. Kitty had claws. We woke up damp the first night because Kitty was on the bed and wondered, okay, did that come out of you? Did that come out of you? No. And found that Kitty had done some little holes in the mattress, little pinprick holes with her little claws. So Walter fixed it all up. Took 24 hours for it to dry. We slept in the guest bedroom. Next night when we got into the bed again after it's all fixed up, Kitty did it again. And it wasn't that Kitty did it maliciously. It wasn't like she was like that. It was her little claws were so sharp that when she jumped up on the bed, they just went through everything. And poop. I don't know how women with those long fingernails they seem to have these days. They mustn't sleep in water beds. That would put a hole in it.
I always figure how the hell they type.
I don't know, like the long, how do they pick their nose?
How do
they? You know what we're thinking. Yeah. Anyways, not my problem. So, anyways, that was the last time when we got a regular mattress. So, yeah, that's been almost 20 years ago. Ooh, the printer just stopped. My poop chute must be done. That's to cool off. What are you looking at? Quit looking at my poop chute.
It looks kind of tall.
It is tall.
Oh.
Jeez, is there anything else you can bitch or complain about or criticize? Well, we're getting to that topic anyways. So, yeah. So, when we were over at the place and got the bed, there is a place called Bulk Barn, you know, where you buy bulk foods and stuff. And I made this thing, which I'm about to show you, if I find it here, on one of my older 3D printers. And let's get that up there and go here. So I made this. It is a Russ, don't get too excited. It's an M&M or any kind of candy dispenser. And I wanted to see if I could make it. And I was able to. I had some problems, but I overcame them. And so I thought this was a lot of fun. But after I got it made, I had to go out and get some M&Ms. So we went to the Bulk Barn. We were right there when we were at the bed store. And I went in and I got a $20 worth of mini M&Ms for this machine. We come out of the store, walked down in front of it. It was a little icy and I promptly fell. Slid right off the step, landed on my rear end, and guess what happened to my mini M&Ms? Because the bags they have that you put these stuff in are so cheap. I had M&Ms everywhere in the ice.
It was nice and colorful in the snow. I should have taken a picture.
Yeah, really. Yeah, you were more concerned taking a picture than asking if I was okay. I was. Well,
it happened so fast. 1 minute you're talking, and the next minute you're on your ass with your M&Ms all over the place.
Well, I just
I
lost my M&Ms. Some people say it's my marbles, but it was my M&Ms. So I wanted these, and I wasn't picking them up off the slush, obviously. So back into the store I went. The lady at the counter looks at me, young girlish kind of person. We come back in. And of course, Walter can't contain himself. He has to say, yeah, he fell outside and his M&Ms spilled all over the place. Ah! And she kind of looks, she says, are you all right? I says, I'm fine, I guess. No, I said, actually, I did hurt myself a little bit, but it wasn't anything serious. Anyway, she got a little bit panicky. I got my next $20 bag of M&Ms up there. She actually took a coupon that's not in effect until the first of the next month, because we got one when we bought the first bag of M&Ms, and she took $5 off. That was nicer. But then she called over a manager because she didn't really know what to do. Like if I think they were afraid of possibly me coming back with a lawsuit, you know, because it was out front of their store and no one knew whose responsibility it was, whether it's the property managers of it, because it was a strip plaza, or the store owner to make sure there's no icing or whatnot. And no, I wasn't going to sue them. I was fine with it. But anyways, I said, you might want to get some salt on that because, you know, some old people could come along. And I was surprised they didn't say, but you are old and you did fall. Yeah, go away. And ironically, where I fell, there was a great big container of salt there. You know, one of those bins that they have outside that they shell off. So, yeah, but I'm fine. What I do for a candy dispenser, right? For M&Ms. Well, it's more or less I wanted to make sure that my candy thing worked. Anyways, let's see. Oh, Barb says she loves the story about the little kitty. Yeah, little Cleo, little evil kitty. M&M flying, yeah. Annette says you can bring your own containers and get a discount at the Bulk Barn. Yeah, I never thought of that. Mm-hmm. We've never actually done that.
Actually, last time I was in there and somebody brought a container, they were trying to figure out how that worked.
Oh.
You have to weigh the container first, and then
you have to put the scale to adjust for it. Yeah. But actually, we should have brought in one of our own like shopping bags.
Yeah.
With it. Didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Because we had lots of those in the car, and that would have at least saved my M&Ms. I may have still them fall, but my M&Ms would have stayed intact. But anyway, so yeah, the M&Ms in that little machine, $40 worth. That was an expensive little trip to the
Yeah,
bulk
well,
barn.
bulk burn is not necessarily cheap.
No. Yeah.
I mean, if you just need a little item of something like what do you call it, spices or something, it's not too bad. But actually, if you end up buying a lot of something, they're not actually that cheap.
Yeah. Russ says, at least you landed on your padding. Russ, what are you inferring? I don't understand about padding. I don't have any padding whatsoever. No.
Well, not as much as you.
You're so funny. You're just hilarious today, aren't you? Just a joker. Okay, so speaking of jokers, it's Walter's birthday tomorrow. Yay! Where are they when I need them? Okay, how come I'm not getting balloons? Well,
You must not have that thing turned on.
maybe not.
It's not turned on,
No,
probably.
it's not turned on. Sorry. Anyways, it's Walter's birthday. How old is he? 78. Yeah, he's much older than me. Not 67. Tomorrow we'll both be the same age for 6 months until I go out. So you may be asking, what are we doing for Walter's birthday? He wants to go to the keg. Why do you want to go to the keg?
Because I just want to go somewhere.
You just want to go someplace expensive. Thank God I have
Coupons.
Actually, they're not coupons. I have points on my Visa card, and I've been saving them up. So I got 2 $100 gift cards through my points. So you can't eat more than $200 worth of food. And I know what I'm having, and you'll go, yeah, because you're in a diet. I'm having escargot to start. I
know that.
And I want that, and I'm going to have it because they make great escargot. I love escargot. So everybody's saying happy birthday, Walter.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. We're going out for din-dins with that. He already got his birthday present. He's impossible to buy for. I said, what do you want? I don't know. Let me think about it. Yeah, well, it never came out. Then finally he says, well, he wants one of those trimmers by George, the ones that we use for embroidery. So I immediately located one and got it. I struck while the anvil was hot on that one. So he's got that. And yeah, that's it. Excited.
He asked me what else I wanted, and I said, don't get me anything else. Just take me out for dinner.
So I didn't. So I did. So I am. Yep. Well, I could have made you something on a 3D printer. Actually, I tried to make you a birthday card on the 3D printer because you can, but it didn't work. Right. So might on this one. I don't know.
Thank you, everybody, for your birthday wishes. You don't have to.
Okay, so everybody, Izar is here. Hello, gentlemen, everyone. Happy birthday, Walter. Izar, you've never made it on time yet. It must be, I'll bet you it's the time zone thing, isn't it? Because you're out in Las Vegas. So Las Vegas is what, 3 hours behind us?
I think there's 3 hours difference.
I think it's 3 hours difference. I think they're Pacific time, aren't they? So whatever. But anyways, you're here. That's all that matters. Lydia says, happiest of birthdays, Walter.
Thank you.
Yeah, you old fart. Okay. So I am in the process of beginning to think about and plan the spring Idiot Quilter retreat. And what I'd like you to think about is a suggestion for possibly speakers. Now, before you start putting out there, oh, why not Kate from the Lonely House? How about Jenny Doan from Africa? How about, no, I don't get any speakers that are on the celebrity line, okay? As in, they have their own company, everybody knows them, they're big YouTube sensations. In fact, the last time I drew primarily from my subscriber base because there's lots of talent in the subscriber base. And that's what I'm thinking of doing this time. But I am still open to suggestions for, guest speakers. Also, I want to know is if those of you that attended the last one, we did a panel discussion. And I'm wondering if you like that, if you'd like to do, like me to arrange for another panel discussion on some topic of interest again, or whatever, would be probably with the guest speakers as well. And maybe another content creator or something like that. Then if you've got suggestions for any of this, just put them in the comments below or send me an email and I'll consider those ideas. But I got to get going on this because I'm thinking now that the date for this is going to be in mid-April, probably the Saturday after Easter is when I'm thinking of doing it. Now, I haven't written any of this in stone, and I will let everybody know for sure when it's going to happen and all that stuff with it as well. But I have to start the planning now because it takes some time having to get schedules from people, arranging, different things and whatnot, like whatnot. Rented lips. Okay. And I already talked about the mystery box draw for next week. So that brings me to a little bit more serious topic. No, it has nothing to do with politics. We're done with that. Although some of this does stem from that. Okay, I want to know something. Why is it that people think that their opinion is the only one that matters, that a content creator cannot express an opinion on their own channel, and why do they have to write nasty comments? I'm serious. I've had a bunch of nasties on here and criticisms. I've had people say, I thought this was a quilting channel, but you're talking about other things on here as well. And I tried to explain on So Chatty the other day what my channel is all about. Yes, part of my channel has to do with sewing and quilting. Maybe 3/4 of the channel is that. But my vlog is not. That comes out on Mondays. And this is not. The live. Although we do talk about those things on here as well. Because generally speaking, whatever we talk about here is generated by your comments in the chat. And we go with that, generally.
Unless we pick a topic that's not about it.
Yeah. Like this one. But I had some people who decided they wanted to, they thought they were going to hurt my feelings to say, and this is not what I expected at all from your channel, and I am unsubscribing. And my answer to that is good. Fine. Not a problem. It doesn't matter to me if someone unsubscribes from the channel. As I've told you many times before, this is not a business for us. Yes, we're monetized because all creators are pretty much monetized if they've been on for a while. But we don't make lots of money. Basically, any money I make on here goes back into the channel, sort of thing, like prizes, Prizes just don't happen, kind of a deal. They have to be paid for, shipping, stuff like that. But so if someone thinks that they're going to hurt my feelings because they don't agree with something that I said and they're going to just unsubscribe, that's their prerogative. They don't have to agree with me. But what they do have to do is be respectful, and they're not. They're just being bitches. Yes. And you may not like what I'm about to say. Every nasty comment I have ever had on my channel have come from a woman. No, I've never had a nasty comment from men. Now, mind you, statistically speaking, my subscriber base is mostly women, okay? Because of the nature of, the quilting and all that kind of stuff. But nevertheless, and then there are ones who decide that they're going to take a personal attack approach on me and tell me everything that's wrong with my personality. I don't need people to tell me what's wrong with my personality. I'm very aware. It's really not anything is wrong with my personality, no more so than any of your personalities are the actual correct ones. We're all individuals. We're all unique, So, and there's things I would like to say to these people. I don't. I push the delete button because, I always have the power of the delete key and I'm not afraid to use it. And I do. but they were just some very nasty, bitchy, horrible things. And all I can think of is this. The only saving grace for those people is this. Their lives must be very, very miserable, where they have to turn around and attack somebody because they know they're protected from the point of view that I don't know what you look like or where you live. Maybe it's a good thing.
Yeah, like somebody up here says, keyboard courage.
Yeah, keyboard courage, exactly. But, you know, quite frankly, I don't deserve that kind of treatment. And if you're going to dish it out, I'm going to dish it back. Because you know what I always say, and we can all probably rhyme it off at the same time. My sandbox, my rules. I never say that this is exactly how things are going to be and I've got the right answer. Everything is my opinion. It's what I think. One of the nasty comments said, everybody's entitled to their opinion. And then they immediately tried to shut me down and tell me why my opinion was not worthy. Passive aggressive much? Yeah, really.
You're entitled to your opinion, except if it's not my opinion.
Yeah. And it seems that a lot of these people, and because we tend, the subscribers to this base tend to be an older crowd, all I can think of is they must have had a miserable youth because they are down on everything in the world. Now, yeah, the world right now in general is not a happy place. But was the world ever a happy place, really, when you think about it? If you expect other people to make your life happy, you're wrong about that. I don't think that's possible. Nobody can make anybody else happier. It just doesn't happen. If you're looking for somebody, if these people that write these things are looking for somebody with the magic wand that's going to go, you're blessed.
Well, some people tend to be negative all the time. Like,
yeah.
I had a sister that was always negative. She never had anything good to say about anything.
Well, she was really negative. Yeah. Even my mother, to a certain bit, especially as she got older than that, she was a negative Nelly for sure about everything. She was just miserable. And I tried to do what I could to make her life better, especially once my father passed away and she was living on her own. Wasn't anything I could do that would make her happy. Nothing. Tried everything. Nothing. She basically died a miserable old lady. You know? And that's what I think a lot of these people who write these kind of comments, I think they're in the same boat. They're just miserable people. It wouldn't matter what you did for them. They would just be horrible. So I'm not going to take it though. If people think that they can browbeat me down, if they can say these things to me, guess again. No, they can't. And as I said, I have the power of the delete key and I'm not afraid to use it. So what is it that people want from a YouTube channel? This is what making me think now. What would be the ideal YouTube channel? Now, I'm going to tell you something. There's a lot of YouTube content creators out there that wouldn't say shit if their mouth was full of it. They're so afraid of their subscribers, of rustling their feathers, of saying something controversial, that they won't. And so as far as I'm concerned, those kind of channels don't excite me. I don't watch those channels because why? They're milquetoast. They're nothing. They're vanilla. I like a channel where somebody kind of gets into it because that's, okay, maybe I'm a sick person, but that's entertainment. Okay? That is something that gives you food for thought.
Well, I mean, it depends on when I'm looking at a channel. I usually look at if it's something specific that, like it says, showing you how to do seams on something or another. I like, I'll go and watch it as a tutorial. And I expect the channel to get right to the point and do that right away, rather than when some channels turn me off because they start off right away and tell you all about their personal problems.
Oh yeah. That's right. The kind of content creators I hate. We don't need to hear about your personal problems, like using your subscribers as a sounding board for personal issues. Okay. I mean, you've probably heard me say this before. I sometimes, if I want a sadistic laugh, I'll try to tune into somebody that starts off with, "Hi, I'm sorry. I haven't been on here for a while. I've been sick, and the dog got hit by a car, and my oldest child ran away from home, and the car needs a lot of repairs, and my husband's having an affair," and they go on and on and on. I tuned in because you said you were going to show me how to do binding or whatever kind of a
No,
thing.
I mean, if we're having this topic today or something like that, we're not really talking about sewing, but
No, but this
this
is
is a
different. I
form.
already said
Yeah.
what makes this different. This is a forum for discussion or for people saying things. This is all over the place, this one. This is not meant, this isn't pinpoint it down. And that's on purpose. We have three other programs on here that do. The vlog is a vlog. It is me talking about what's been going on in my life and about my new toys and what I'm watching on YouTube and that kind of thing, and my little what's pissing me off thing, which at one point in time I was going to get rid of, and I had people actually say, no, they love that. They wanted that. So there. Tuesdays, Idiot Quilter. It's all about quilting. Whatever. So Chatty is a cross between what we've been working on and doing sort of tutorials. We've moved a little bit more into sort of the demo tutorial end, like in our series and that. That's how that has evolved. And this one's just a free-for-all. It can be about anything.
Including sewing. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
somebody asked about what needles we used
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
So, yeah. But, okay, maybe people think that I put up these things because I'm using it to supplement my income, or two, that I'm doing it because I want to be popular. No, I don't do it for any of those reasons. Why do I do it? I enjoy making videos. I was a teacher. I was used to having an audience. When I retired, my audience left. This is my new audience. This is my expression of who I am. I need to be out there because that's just who I am. That's why I do this. I enjoy doing it. I also enjoy doing things like the tutorials, the demos that we do as well, because if I can help somebody out with something from my experience, what I've learned, that's why I do it. So that comes down to the whole thing. What attracts people to a YouTube channel? Is it they want information? They want to learn something? Or do they just want to be entertained? Now, there's nothing wrong with either one of those two. And most are a combination of the two. You know, informative and entertaining. Okay? And that's the way I look at my channel. Informative and entertaining. Kind of a thing. I mean, after all, you got to keep people's interest. So you got to have a certain element of entertainment in there too. So, do you have ideas for the channel? This is a loaded question, at least to me. Is there something that you would like to see on any of the 4 videos I put out a week that you would like to see? It doesn't mean I'm going to do it, not because I don't think necessarily it's a bad idea. It just means it's not a workable idea. It's not something that I can actually do, because I do have a life beyond YouTube. Okay. And I've had people who have wanted me to go to physical brick and mortar stores and review them, interview the staff and everything like that. Sure, that would be really interesting. And you know how much work that is to do? I wouldn't be able to do anything else. And I like to quilt and do other things in my 3D printing. So, you know, I can't do that kind of thing. But there might be some things that you think would be of interest to people. And so I will listen to your suggestions, and they may spark other ideas. I mean, the actual idea itself that you deliver may not be feasible for me, but it doesn't mean there isn't a way I could spin it where it might be. Because, I need ideas and things like that. It's an evolution. Channels are an evolution. I've been doing this since 2013. Okay. And I started off really small, and well, I had one little 10-minute video a week as a vlog, and now look at the monster we've become. I mean, I dragged in Walter for it, and now, I keep him here because, his fan club, he pulls in people, he's eye candy, apparently. I don't see it myself, but, like, whatever. So, yeah, now people are chatting here with things, so let's back it up.
Okay, there's keyboard courage.
Lydia says, I'm used to you talking about all kinds of things. Gardening things that piss me off today, quilting, embroidery, 3D printing. I keep things interesting. Jacqueline, you were absolutely right. If they were face-to-face, no courage. Oh, yes, about the keyboard warriors there. Mean, unhappy people, Iser says, live in their silos. They actually believe that everyone thinks the same way. Nasty people. Yeah, they're sad people. Kathy's here, and she says, agree, Jacqueline. Oh, Russ, you can be so sarcastic. Russ goes, there's something wrong with your personality? Since when? Oh, gotta love Russ. Robin says, happy birthday to Walter. Sherry says, I love your comments. That's part of the appeal. Julie says, I'm glad you delete them. We have a great, interesting group. Jackie's here. Hi, Jackie. Candace says, it's your channel. Do with as you please. If I don't like the content on something I'm watching, I just turn it off. Honestly, there is not point in arguing with people about hot topics. Exactly, Candace. I say I have the power of the delete key, but on the other end of this, there's always the power of the off button. Or go to another channel and check that out. I do that. Certain channels that I watch, actually ones that I subscribe to and watch on a regular basis. Sometimes it's just, I'm not interested in what they have to say about that topic or whatever topic is. I just move to another channel. But I don't write a comment and go, well, I'm really disappointed in you this week because this channel is all about this and this is what it should be. And you didn't do that all the time. And so you're a horrible person. You should die. No. Okay, I might think it, but I never write that. Oh, Brenda's here. Hi, Brenda. Denise says, I love your channel. It's like the old guys on the Muppets. Yes, it is. We've been told that one before, too. And we don't take offense to that because, well, yeah, I can see it myself, actually. And that's one of the personal comments that gets me. I've had people get really irate with me because I am treating Walter so badly. You should not. You should lay off Walter. He's a really nice person. Yeah, you live with him then. Like,
hey, I made you pie today.
Well, thank you for that. I haven't tried it yet. Does the fruit in the pie float? Is it deep dish? So. Is it deep dish again? I'll eat anything.
So. Yeah,
it's pie. I won't make another. Do I ever complain about your pie? I do not. But now we're going to get comments on here. You should be appreciative that Walter makes you pie. If my husband made me pie all the time, I'd be so very appreciative of it. But he never does. But your husband just needs to make
my birthday pie.
Your birthday pie. Yeah, right. Okay, whatever. New Quilting Life with Janice says, I would love to know what these women are looking for in a quilting channel because no matter what you do, they don't like it. Exactly. Because I've had people say, oh, would you do a thing on how you do binding or something like that? So you spend the time, you put it together, put it up and say, well, this is the way I do binding. There are other ways to do it. And they turn around, oh, well, I don't do it that way at all. I do it this way. Why did you ask? If you already have it done, you already know how to do it. Why did you ask? Again, examples of passive aggressive people. Brenda says, I had a customer try to return a used dog collar after her dog died. Okay, well, it takes all kinds, right? Marcia says, I love when you talk politics. Quilters have opinions, and I want to hear what Canadians think of the awful state of the U.S. I live in Minnesota. P.S. Canada annex us, please. Okay. We've already done this, and we've done it to death. I think everybody knows how we feel about it, and I am purposely not talking about it anymore because, quite frankly, it's giving everybody, including myself and us, a big bloody headache. It is what it is. We'll have to take it one day at a time. We can speculate, we can bitch, we can gripe about the whole thing. It's not a good situation, but we're just making ourselves sick about the whole thing. We'll just have to see what comes, and that's why I'm not going to talk about it anymore at all. Brenda says, I wish I had the knowledge to start a YouTube channel. Well, Brenda, you don't need any special knowledge. We can do it. How do you do it? Everybody's got a cell phone. You can use a cell phone. You take out a thing to make a channel on YouTube.
And you look at the cell phone and talk.
And you talk. That's how my very first vlog was. My first vlog was, I saw other people doing this, and I thought, well, I don't know, I could maybe do this. I had my iPad. One of my first iPads. And I just sat up on the desk and went, okay. I had no intro, no outro. I just looked at it and said, hi, my name's Steven.
And I'm an idiot.
And no, that was before I was an idiot. Maybe YouTube made me an idiot. No, I just said, okay, well, I thought I would just talk to you about what's been going on in my life. I think that whole video, the first one was 7.5 minutes long. And things grew, and I got better at it, but it's always evolving. It's always evolving. And then when I brought in Walter,
I didn't want to do it.
He didn't want to do it, but I talked him into it. And if you've been watching my vlogs the past couple of weeks, I'm showing you one of our very first Stephen and Walter lives. It's not the absolute first one. It's when we used to do it in the kitchen. And we did that from the iPhone on a cheapo tripod. And I think I had invested in a couple of little tiny lapel mics that were corded.
Yeah, half the time they didn't work.
Yeah, half the time they didn't work. Yeah. So, you know, you start small and work your way up. Yes, Jacqueline, people do need to have respect, and there's not much of that in the world these days. Inez says, keep going like you do. It's very entertaining. I look forward to seeing you guys every week. Well, we wouldn't do it if we didn't have an audience, you know. Brenda likes seeing the 3D printed items. Well, thank you, Dubrovka. We love you, too. See all the above. Pie. I'd watch you baking pies. Well, there you go.
That's an option.
I have talked about this, and I've had a few of you make the suggestions over the last few years too, especially after I made that cooking video about making the Dutch pancakes. That was not supposed to be a comedy routine, but became a comedy routine. It's one of the ones that got the highest views on after that one. But I said to Walter, because Walter does all the cooking, and Walter's a good cook, and I said, you know, maybe we should do, when you're cooking something, I can just record it and talk through it, and we put that up with it. Because I know people would probably be interested, not so much into telling you how to do something, not make it a cooking show, but just show Walter destroying the kitchen as he cooks. That's always fun. Yeah, so Barb says, more videos on cooking, baking. I still laugh at the video of Steve making crepes. Yeah. They weren't actually crepes. I can make crepes.
They were actually Dutch pancakes.
They were Dutch pancakes, which are delicious. We haven't had those in a while because there's a lot of sugar on them. And, you know, Walter's not doing sugar these days. And Brenda says, I'm used to talking to my dog, so I suppose I could just talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have your dog. Oh, you want to get views? Feature your dog. Feature a pet, a dog or a cat or a budgie or whatever you've got. Goldfish, not so sure about. But you'll have all kinds of viewers because people love an animal on a YouTube. They just flock to that. That's one of the things that pulls people in. Oh, Pam's making pancakes now. Okay, I made disastrous waffles this morning. We had waffle pieces. Didn't quite come out of the waffle iron the way they were supposed to. I blame it on the mix.
Of course, it could be because you put blueberries in it.
Okay. Try to do something a little special for you. And, yeah, never mind. But anyways, if you have ideas, again, put them in the comments. Send me an email. They give us food for thought because we're always looking for something new to do. I like the idea of the cooking, though. I really do. I don't care if Walter doesn't like it. I'll just do it anyways with him. Okay, now, having mentioned all of this kind of thing, I don't want people to think they can't use constructive criticism, but let's remember what constructive criticism is. It is criticism, but it's meant to help and to enlighten, and it's given with respect. That's constructive, okay? Something you can do with it. You work with it, kind of a deal. Not comments that say you're a fat blob, I hate your hair, and you're ugly. Well, can't do much about any of that stuff. So, I did get a lot of comments, though. A lot of you saw some of those negative comments before I got to them to delete them. And you were very, very supportive and kind. And I appreciated that. And that's what I choose to focus on. The positive comments, not the horrible, negative, personal, disrespectful comments. They're not worth my time to focus on. Constructive criticism is. So, anyways, I thought we'd just talk about that because there was quite a flurry of those. I know why they were there. Because I rattled some chains when we talked about politics. And I know that we did. And I don't
it's one of those topics that people always have an opinion on. And
yeah, what your mother always said, you never talk about at a dinner party: politics, religion, and weather. Although we talk about weather quite a bit anymore. But I think weather's okay. But politics, religion, no. Don't talk about those kind of things. But that doesn't mean we won't in the future. Right now, though, we're just giving it a rest for the reasons I already stated. It's a pain in the head. Don't need a pain in the head. Okay, so, and that's okay, Alice. You can lurk. You don't have to say anything on here if you're not comfortable, or you don't feel that you have anything that you want to say at that moment in time. That's okay. There's no problem. I don't mind lurkers. That's fine. In fact, there's quite a few lurkers because right now our count says there's 381 views. So, and you're not all in the chat.
It was if they want to be in the draw, they have to be on chat, right?
Yes, they do. Yeah. And next week we're going to do that. Okay, that's the time today. My printer is finished, so I get to see how my poop shoot is, and I'll probably be talking about it on the vlog.
And thanks for all the birthday wishes.
Yes, he's old.
I'm old.
It's a good thing you wrote them.
I'm older.
Because he can't hear anything anymore.
Yeah, right.
Well, what am I... Did you hear that?
Charlie Brown's teacher.
Yeah, right. Go away. Okay. So anyways, have a great week, everybody. Check out the other videos when they come out this week if you wish. And yeah, I hope it's a nice one. And I hope those of you that are having really weird weather, I hope it gets back to normal for you and you don't freeze to death. Okay. We'll see everybody next time.